I may never buy a Cheez-It again in my whole life. That is so good, y'all. Go try this recipe out. It's super easy. I have a new recipe for these sourdough discard cheese crackers, and I can't wait to try it out. And I'm getting to use my new stand mixer, which makes me incredibly happy. So first things first, we are going to grate up some cheese. We want this very finely grated cheese. And I'm putting it right here because this will measure 2 cups. What I have learned is you just kind of pull it out as you go, because otherwise sometimes it gets stuck up in there, you know? And nobody wants that. I have another block of cheese for when this one is done, because look, it's running low. But you do want it finely shredded because you do not need big chunks of cheese in your crackers. Okay, let's see how many cups we got. That's not quite 2 cups, so let's open up this next pack of cheese, shall we? All right, more cheese going in. Oh, she's right at my feet because she loves this. All right, let's see where we are. Oh yeah, that's about 2 cups of cheese. That's what I'm talking about. So I can save this, a little piece of cheese, for another day. Gonna need a scale. And this is my stand mixer bowl, and I'm gonna zero that out because I'm going to use 227 grams of inactive sourdough starter discard, and this stuff is inactive. I made some bread dough earlier, so we're gonna use almost all of it. I'm going to have to feed this starter, so I don't want to use every last bit of it. This is how much starter I have left, and I'm going to feed that. I do a 1-10-10 ratio, so I feed it really well. This is the starter I had in my fridge. So we're going to put some more in here so we can get it to 227. Rest of this discard I'm going to go ahead and save because I can use it for other things. Now we're going to add a cup or 120 grams of flour. So I'm going to zero out my scale. We're going to do my flour next. And then I have 2 tablespoons of softened and almost melted butter that is cooled. So you don't want this to be super hot because it's not going to go well with your sourdough starter. And now we're going to add some cheddar cheese because I freaking love cheddar cheese. And yes, we're going to get all of that in here. Okay, I ain't leaving none of that goodness in the bowl. And then this is a 1/2 teaspoon of salt going in. And now we're going to get this on the stand mixer and we're going to mix this baby up. I've seen a lot of people doing this with a food processor. I don't have a food processor, but I do have a stand mixer. So we're just going to mix this up and see how well it does. And it should have a nice little dough that we're going to start to knead when we're done. And now we're going to pull this dough together and we're going to knead it. Now we are going to roll this out with a wooden rolling pin. I love this wooden rolling pin. It's one of my favorites. I've had it for years. It's straight. We're going to make a really big rectangle. So you want this to be rolled out really thin, okay? Seriously, an arm workout, okay? That was a workout and I'm totally out of shape, but we're going to transfer this over onto some parchment paper. Then we're going to cut it into squares. I had to put my hair up, y'all. I'm not out of shape. All right, we are cutting the dough into really nice little squares after I rolled it out just as thin as I could get it without killing myself. And we don't want to do that. You can take a toothpick, put a hole in the center so they come out looking like a Cheez-It. I really hate when this happens, but I completely missed recording the part where I tell you to place those on a baking sheet, put them in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes, and watch to make sure they're golden brown. Now, the ones on the outside are going to get golden brown first, so pull them out of the oven, take them off, let them cool, and put it back to let the rest of them get golden brown. Let me show you the finished product. These need to be nice and golden brown like that. What does that look like, Texas or something? Let them cool right here and then enjoy. So good. Make sure you check out this recipe. One of the best things to make with sourdough discard, and I swear to God, I'm probably never going to keep sourdough discard now because I'm going to be making these all the time.